Hi, my name is Jahar Williams. I just finished reading S.E. Hilton's The Outsiders. It's an amazing book. I loved rereading it, and I spotted out a few um, real world problems that are kind of mentioned in the book, but not really like mentioned, but like showed in the book. There's a lot of gang violence, poverty, social class differences, family problems, peer pressuring, stereotypes, identity and belonging. There's a lot of violence and grief and trauma. One of the real world issues that I would want to talk about that I resonate with is identity and belonging. The issue that like matter to me is just like everyone wants to feel like they belong somewhere, or they want to be accepted for who they are. And throughout the book, Pony Boy struggles through that with finding who he is, being labeled as a greaser, because greasers are kind of labeled as like from how the book showed it, greasers are kind of labeled as like the lower class. And one example that I got from the book is when Ponyboy he talks about enjoying books, movies. He loves the sunset when he was talking to Sherry. Another example is that he just likes the quiet, normal life. I feel like, and I feel like him liking that. I feel like this is me being stereotypical for at least the book, but him liking all those things is just it doesn't seem like something a greaser would like. And I feel like him liking all those things had made him struggle with wanting to be a part of like the greaser gang, you know. He cares about his friends and family, but he also has like interests and goals, and I feel like that makes him feel different around his friends, around his family, around all the greasers. And I connected with this because I think a lot of people can go through like points where they're trying to like figure out who they are and like where they fit in, and like what kind of person they want to become. But sometimes I feel pressure from like other people can make them act a certain way from like who they are, and just trying to like act a different way so the groups so you can feel belonged, like so you can feel belonged in the group, so the groups would start to like identify who you really are, not like who you really are, but like identify that, oh yeah, he knows what we do, that's our guy, that's what we do. And just for me, an identity and belonging matter. It's just trying to identify who you really are as a person is the best possible thing for you. Feeling understood around people who know who you are and know how you could react to certain things. I just feel like it matters being understood, being accepted. It has a huge impact on confidence, relationships, and just personal growth. And I think that, people that have spaces where they can be themselves without feeling like have to like change themselves to just fit into certain things. I feel like if you have that free space of just being yourself, you just feel better. I don't think that people always like become like the person like become a person from like the groups that they hang out with like all the time. I feel like people can still be different, but how do like groups just like influence how we become as like a person, and how can we like stay true to ourselves while still fitting in with others?